He was on Mouse Sports, obviously, back when LMBT was coaching. And then now, Devil Walk as the coach, he won the original major, 2013 DreamHack.
And he took the
dropped his pants off.
Trousers came down. Right. No genitalia was exposed, but the undergarments were.
Yes. So he revealed his underwear to the world.
Yes.
On the first ever major, Devil Walk was, was one of the winners.
Would you have done that if you won the major?
I don't... look...
You did wear no trousers.
We can't talk about it on a Pro League broadcast, Henry. I got in trouble. I got in trouble for that one.
Imagine what you would do if you won the major.
Yeah. I did a shoey when Renegades made the semi-finals or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did see the full first esports Counter-Strike streak. That could be it. Chad Sponge Birchill, Chris, skyrocketing after that one. But I do have some Counter-Strike to talk about. Okay. Apart from the undergarments. Yeah. It is that of Vitality's recent matches. Now, this isn't going to tell you what to expect, but this is going to tell you what it was prior to their explosion.
This is their debut with the new boy, right? So whatever they've done in the past, they would probably have maps that they're comfortable on, that they want to go back to, right? You can see here, Nuke, Dust 2. Those are probably going to remain strong maps in the pool. But then under that, other maps can change around, right? Like, do we prioritize Vertigo? It was a map that we liked playing before as Vitality, but we're bringing the new boy in. Do we have time to show him everything he needs to know? Whereas on the flip side of that with Godsent, they were the team, you know how I was framing Astralis? They could swap out their worst map and bring Vertigo in. Well, Godsent were one of the teams who realized when the map came in, if you're a lower team and you practice the newest map, you can actually use that to upset better teams than you. So Vertigo is a map that Godsent likes.
I would normally agree with you on every point. The problem we have right here is you're not just switching out an anchor player or a role player in general. You're switching out the in-game leader.
Yeah, it's a big one over there.
That's not this a plug-and-play situation. No. You got Apex, sure, he'll know the strategies and know how they work, which is fine to an extent. It's just a mid-round calling, which Vitality actually pretty decent at, generally speaking. Alex has got a very good hold on reading what kind of advantages they have or disadvantages and capitalizing upon those. I have no idea if Apex can do that. He's never struck me as a player as the leader. I thought you have to have a certain skill set as a person to be able to do that. I don't think he has it. Maybe I'm going to be proven wrong, but I don't know. This doesn't look good for Vitality.
No, I mean, we've always painted Apex as, you know, the brawn of a brained operation run by someone else. He was always someone you just throw in and expect to see 2 in the feed, and then he can watch the rest of the round.
Remember, when MBK was in the team, he was the secondary in-game leader. We had Alex leading the charge, and MBK would call him the CT side, suggesting the CT side was weak. Apex is now going to have to do everything. I'm not sure, what's RPK doing in all of this? He's been playing the game for 15 plus years.
He's not going to be chipping in from that position.
15 plus years, though, Chad. This is the discussion I want to have. Okay. How are these players not even adept at pulling out? I'll pull up. I'll share my experience here and show you what I can do. I'll look after the boys.
So we already tried that, and there's a guy called Shocks.
Sure.
How'd that go for him?
Not well, but I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know, and I'm with you there. You would think with the wealth of knowledge that you would accrue over all those years of Counter-Strike, right? But the problem is, and you can attest to this point as well, is when you're an in-game leader, you think about the game differently. You think about all 5 players against 5 players, whereas star players, they tend to just think about themselves and what they're being told to do and how they can find that kill that they need to. So if these guys have never had to be an in-game leader before, it's a different part of your brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put our thinking caps on then, and let's put ourselves in Vitality's shoes. It starts with the veto. I assume they're going to want to try and get rid of anything a little too complex. They have chosen to remove Train.
No, this is sick from Godsent, though. Getting, like, you get rid of all the brawly maps, the go-to picks is great. Well, they've got rid of Vertigo, so that's gone out the window straight away.
No, they picked it.
Oh, they picked it. Okay. Well, that's okay, I'm still on track.
It's still on track.
Still on track.
Yeah. So I think in this situation right here, that's what I was saying. Godsent have played a lot of Vertigo. It's a map they're comfortable on, and it's difficult for Vitality to get Masuta feeling comfortable in a map pool at all, let alone a map pool of Vertigo, a map he probably doesn't play a lot within the realms of Pugs, right? Think about it. Masuta probably not playing a lot of Vertigo in Pugs, which is where probably the majority of his Counter-Strike has been played, only 17. Dust 2 is the third I really like if we get that far.
Love that.
But Nuke's the... I think Godsent have won the veto here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex, I'm going to take care of this one. We are getting into the game here. It's going to be Godsent going up against Vitality. It's the one you've all been waiting for. I'm excited. We've got the new addition coming in the form of Masuta, as we're calling him officially.
Say it for us, Alex.
That's Masuta.
There we go.
He is a young gun heralding from France, looking to prove himself here on the big stage. Godsent, you might not have much faith in them. They're only just inside the top 20, but trust me, they've got some firepower, they've got some strategies, and they've looked good on land so far. This is a team to look out for, and I think they've got the upper hand here. I'm going 2-0 for Godsent. What do you think about that?
I think I just had a bit of a flashback. I watched a lot of Counter-Strike. The Vitality Vertigo win percentage it was Alex who took the AWP. Do you remember? Zywoo was so struggling on the AWP that Alex just decided to take it for a spin. He was the one that held A with the aggressive AWPing that is a necessity against the coordinated T side on Vertigo.
And that's why we keep him around.
I remember
That's why we keep him around.
Esports, well, I'm not a historian. I'm more of like an esports PE teacher.
There you go.
The geography teacher who does the PE classes as well.
I wear the shorts. I'm young. The girls have a crush on me. I'm a bit weird. I'm pretty dumb. Anyway, PE teachers and underwear and Counter-Strike. It's time. Vertigo is our first map, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the fray.
And we'll throw to our casters, Henry G, Chad Birchall, and Alex Richardson. Over to you, boys.
Thanks very much, Henry. Yes, we're ready to get this one underway. Aren't you, Chad?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you really didn't.
No, I didn't want to ride the hype wave. I wanted to start a little bit more subdued.
Casting lesson, number one. If you want to do that, you've just got to come in at my decibel level. Otherwise, it sounds like I've said something stupid.
Okay.
So you can go, yes, indeed, Alex.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, decelerate me.
I'm glad that we're learning. This will be good.
Every day.
Educational for everybody at home here as we kick this one off with 4 CTs over towards the A-bomb side.
Now remember, I've got Godsent as a favourite. Put it on the board.
Did you pick him?
Yep, 2-0.
Oh, hang on, where's my Sharpie? I'll do that now, yeah, cheers.
There you go. And I've got 2-0 Godsent. I think they're actually a really underrated, talented team. Maiden especially. Watch out for this kid. You might have never even heard of him, but he is unreal. He is unbelievable. The rifles, he's got Zen as well. A Finnish superstar will be stepping up. Sticko, safe pair of hands, Chad, I think it's fair to say. And we've got a boost towards middle here. This is a PD50. A bit of patience. The boost coming through. And one that should yield a frag. I feel like you've got to hit those ones. That was a kill in my book, but he does take Misuta down to 35. That really is a name I'm going to struggle with. Misuta.
Now you're good.
RPK, I can't really mess that one up. Does get the first. And he'll be caught by Crystal.
So it's a B finish for the looks of things here. We have got a bit of activity towards A in the form of Maiden and Crystal, making their way back towards B though. The bomb is there, and in terms of the defense, we have got Shocks ready and waiting. Flash to the face, though. Thinks he might be going down here. Does well to avoid the bullets, though. Still with the majority of his health, 52, and we'll see if we can stay alive here. Might not matter, and his teammates start to drop. It's Crystal, Maiden chiming in here, and just Apex has given up his position already. He'll be dropped as well. I'm telling you, boys, Godsent, I reckon this will be a convincing victory.
Wow, Henry's on the hype train.
I mean,
I like them as a team, like low-key fan.
Can I explain why I'm obsessed with them as well? Is the fact that I love the angle you kind of touched on a little bit already, Chad. These guys that have been there, done that, been told they're not good enough by their comrades that they've achieved with, then had to swallow their pride and start all over again from scratch with self-motivation as opposed to a salary motivation.
Well, whatever they have is something I didn't, because when I quit, I never came back. So these guys have the right idea.
Ooh, smooth little glide from Akaleli as they look for a two-pronged assault towards the B early. Not necessarily committing, but those SMGs... Oh my goodness, it is going to be quite the brawl. Look at this, 4
Wait, is this one of our games?
This does look like a strategy we'd pull out. We're not rushing middle with
No, we're not. This is very potent. I think that there's so many close quarter angles here that Vitality can use these MP9s very well if they don't get Molotoved or naded out of position here.
Off angle from Apex though, look at the dividends it pays off. He's ready for Crystal and he's been chipped away at down to 4 solid CT setup to start this one off. Round 2, full spy from Vitality.
Round 2, game 2.
Shocks used to be on G2.
G2, especially, as Zen will find a clinical headshot to the skull of Zywoo there. It's going to bring us back to the 4-on-4. Zywoo will leave Shocks in a compromised position. There was a chance of a quick kill there of the MP9, considering the low HP of Crystal, but things starting to get under control now. We're going to have Zen continuing his assault towards that connector position. Just 1 kill found, though, but it's enough. AK-47 for Misuta, and nice shot, but that's all they'll get. And unfortunately, this is the other way around. You're on the CT side, and you only have 2 players survive. That would be a problem, but the fact you're on the T side here on Vertigo, they're going to be full eco. Next round shouldn't be an issue. Well held, as expected, towards the A side of the map. And there's Maiden getting it done. Watch out for him. Can't stress it enough. I'm going to say it one more time.
Last one.
Hot ship. It's going to be great.
Who are we waiting for?
That's Maiden.
Okay.
That's
M-A-D-E-N. No I. It might not even be Maiden. I've kind of gone with Maiden. No one's ever called me out on it.
Oh, God. Let's just find out now. It's Majuta. Majuta.
I've gone with Maiden. He might hate that, but I hope it's Maiden.
Okay.
Actually, Henry, the M and the A are both silent. It's just Den.
It's just Dan. I wouldn't be
upset about that.
I wouldn't be mad about that at all. So Desert Eagles, P250s, no armor, no nades, not a place you like to be, one of those rounds where everyone's pretending they care, but you're not really. You're kind of just waiting for the next one to start.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like they care. Look at this boost.
You're just waiting for it. And if you've got Masuta on your team, maybe you've got something else to say. There was a chance for a second kill there as well. Good grenade to finish things off, though, and that's going to be it.
Looks good for a moment. A little dink coming in from RPK. They could finish on Makalele, but he does manage to... Oh, you greedy goose. Apex wanted a punish, and instead it's a double kill and a complete 180. They turn and head towards that B site. Mid is theirs, and poor Zywoo with his save for the AWP in the next will only have that USB. He's gone, and Godsent convert the 3. Nice work from them, and they're going to be pocketing a whole lot of cash as well, considering they're rocking those SMGs and pick up a couple of francs with them.
So Masuta right now, even though we're only 3 hours into the game, has the most kills so far for his team. Probably not going to end in that fashion. If he does, I will be extremely impressed. I want to be keeping an eye out on him.
Can I raise my hand and say I want to keep an eye on what Zywoo does with his glass cannon AWP, because if he loses his confidence again, it could be an Orky Momo.
Vertigo's not his map. I remember we said that at Katowice. I think just before we casted him, we were like, this is not his map. And he got like, what, 4 kills, I think it was? In total. It definitely rings true. There is something to be said about it. It's not an AWP's paradise. But Zywoo now, there's a kill here, Chad. There's a kill here. There it is. Sticker goes down, and he's off.
That's perfect. Could not ask for more from your opener. Your opener? That's an AWPing opening move. An opening move.
Oh my God. Why is Shox hanging around?
Genius.
Why is Shox hung around there? Why is he going aggressively solo where Zywoo has no ability to re-peek? I don't understand that maneuver right there.
Remember, they are a little bit hamstrung right now. They're getting leader. Shox is going to get off the leash. He needs someone to look after him. He needs someone to tell him, calm down, keep it together.
Zywoo's on 2. He managed to catch Madden as he got pushed in from 2 different angles. He managed to catch Madden as he got... he's got teammates joining him now. He can reposition, he can play towards those boxes. He's got teammates joining him now. He has ramp on lock and key, and the short should be held by the newest edition, Mr. Masuta.
He's got this. I like the look of his position. 2 kills guaranteed. He knows what he's doing, this kid, doesn't he?
Ooh, so does Makalele. Quick connection, pre-firing onto Zywoo's AWP, but it's on for an ace clutch from Makalele. There'll be a very tall order, bomb not with him.
Zywoo's got no armor, remember. It's possible, but Zywoo just needs to buy time. That's all he has to do. Doesn't need to challenge too much. It's going to. Good lord. Should be fine now. No way.
Wow, he has an AK. Yep. That's probably the round.
There's the AK. He wins it, but luckily for Vitality, I suppose, he does not. The Galil, but that's kind of testament to what's going to happen in this round, because this is now the full gun round. No Galils, no MAC-10s. There'll be AK-47s and AWPs. Lovely work from Masuta, especially. Really liked that play towards short. There was no doubt in my mind he was getting both kills. Looks very confident in his own ability.
So there was a smoke that Godsent threw on the ramp. That was the one that Zywoo was actually able to find the kill through. I'm going to keep an eye on that and see if they throw that more on their A plays.
We talked about that before, like teasing out starting to throw more smokes towards the A ramp, right?
Give himself a bit of room to work with.
They did not acknowledge that fake smoke Mr. was trying at all. Straight swinging into middle, taking control and fighting. Maiden's just won them the round. Charges up middle. He's not done! He wants more blood.
I told you.
He's thirsty. And he could very well find Zywoo. RPK's going to get caught on the edge of the smoke, or at least tagged down. Maiden's going to find his 4th, and the round is already over.
Start in the making. You heard it here first, boys. He's coming in.
11-1.
He's looking sharp.
I really, like, those are the kind of players who are so confident in pushing in and going fights like that feel like they're missing in modern-day Counter-Strike because everybody knows everybody's tendencies, right? Whereas a guy like this, he's still a newer name. Like, Godsent have been trickling around for some time now, but to have him be able to have a round like this, after he's got 2 and then pushes the smoke, if he doesn't get that 3rd kill, at that point you question the decision. But because he gets the 3rd kill, hey mate, you do whatever you want, you know? It's one of those situations that, until it comes back to bite you...
Yeah, hold on a second, Chad, because that Masuta push got him an early frag, and now another has been added to the tally. Shox and Zywoo in quick succession. Looking good into the site. Sticko clawing it back, and the CT advantage has been nullified and then some. Apex has a chance, though, to turn the tide back in his favor. Don't miss! Okay, finished the job onto Makalele, and now a 2v2.
An exciting one, a big round here. Godsent looking very comfortable so far on the T side of Vertigo, but fly in the ointment, I suppose, of Apex and RPK, both known to be very deadly with the Desert Eagles. They have themselves Kevlar on Apex, no grenades, but 1 kill to their name so far. Gonna slow things right down. We'll have Maiden holding towards the sandbags and just looking so calm with the first kill. Can't quite stick the second, but Sticko knows he can get the bomb down no problem. There's going to be a rotation from Apex eventually. So bomb down, hopefully the most open position he could find. That's good. It works for the steps. It works for the bomb site. And will he go for the 200 IQ play here? Maybe. Smokes off towards CT entrance. Pretty much guarantees the victory. There's no way you can really justify pushing through this, and Sticko knows it. Waiting for the footstep. Oh, he saw him! Okay, took his eye off the prize for a second. There was a moment, but the smoke was so strong, even with that mistake, absolutely fine.
Really powerful play. Godsent do stabilize after probably the best shot we've seen from Vitality ever since their first round. Still yet to see Shoxy frag into the 7th.
So we've got the AWP out again here. They've obviously had to reshuffle some of their CT-sided positions, right? Because it was Alex playing over towards A before with Zywu that we were noting. Well, now Masuta's in middle. So there's been some changes across the board here. This is the debut for Vitality with this new roster. So anything that we do see, we are learning along with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, they failed the smoke already?
No, that's the one we were talking about. That's an intentional one to give them, I guess, the ability to walk up to this sandbag position so nobody can pick over.
That one, I mean.
Oh. Yes, they definitely missed that one.
Thank you, Rush. I don't look stupid anymore.
I didn't see that smoke.
No, but we saw just a clip of Zen throwing
that's
from
the one
spawn.
from T-Spawn,
Yes.
right? So it's a land at the top of scaffolding to deny CT vision. I guess it doesn't have any knock-on effect because no one was there, but still not ideal.
In the future, that may crop up if he continues to miss it. So very good find, Alex.
As ALEX.
So just to note here with these spam positions that Sticko's doing, these are spots that you can learn very easily at home, right? And once you know it, they're always going to be the same. Look at him go.
Goodness, through the smoke. Maiden once more, burning his toes in pursuit of a spray.
He's got the assist, and Shox, he'll have to find at least one kill here. He's found 0 at this stage, but that's a strong one. Falls back as well. Nice boost spot from Masuta, and the bomb goes down. We are going to have 45 seconds remaining. Another good shot here for Vitality, and they are going to fall back. Godsent, that is. Putting the brakes on. Michael Ada with the AWP. Nade towards boost. Very good damage coming in. Down the way HP.
And he chooses to back away. Smart, puts himself in the headshot angle. Will have a chance to do a bit more damage. Are they taking the bomb to B? Does seem to be the case. No CTs there.
Are they faking it?
Yet. Shock's last man standing, and he's actually in the prime
They faked
position.
it out.
He could have punished it had they committed to the B, but instead, with 13 seconds left, that bomb's on its way now up towards... Has he got time? This is going to be fine.
He's
Gets it down. 2 seconds to spare, and now a very difficult 1v3 for Shoxy.
He is known as a clutch machine.
About, what, 5, 6 years ago?
I know, I was trying to find anything I could there. Grasping at straws. I don't believe he can win this, but one more kill, I'd be happy with that.
He probably would be too.
It is a bit of a shame, like he honestly used to be like the pinnacle of CS players, right? The star, the face of the game, and one of the absolute best. The Tech9 era, like that sort of those days, like he was unbelievably good.
The brawly French Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah, he was just getting stuck in, like if you got Deagle and his teammates had Glocks, he wouldn't in the round.
I feel like we sync, and bear in mind, this is pure eye test here. Maybe we lost shots around the same time we lost Cash. It feels like they kind of synced up. I haven't seen a Shoxy play since then.
I think his life has changed a bit as well, but I want to highlight this smoke as well for everybody at home, guys. So this is the one that Godsent are throwing on their T side. You're going to see it trickle on forward here. And what this is going to, I guess, stop is the CTs from the position we're standing in right now getting any free information. Madden pushing up as well. It's difficult for him to be seen behind the sandbags and an easier way for him to clear off against that. We call it the glaive pick. That's the kind of pick towards the top of scaffolding.
He's just jumping on the sandbags, confirming no one's close range. Molotov towards sandbags, and now they've got control of it.
And assuming that Zen's smoke would have landed, which you did see it, that means that he wouldn't have to worry about that scaffold position at all. So we can jump back in the game now.
That makes sense.
We can wrap this skybox clip up.
There we go then. That's the smoke we're talking about. So if it lands, it should land towards the scaffold. I think that's a bit of a joke coming in there from the replay operator showing it didn't quite make it.
Yeah. We're back. I can show you guys where that smoke... Never mind. This is good.
It lands at the top of the scaffolding, just where the CTs would have an opportunity to pick down towards A-round.
Precisely.
One single M4. And this time, a bit of a different look. Masuta does only fire one bullet before Maiden hands out a haircut. 16 now to 3.
Blistering.
He's having a mad few rounds. This has been 7 rounds of play, and he's already lining them up. Zen struggling versus RPK, and that's a huge find considering the circumstances. Doesn't look like it's going to quite be able to convert any more than that. Admittedly, Zywoo's still in the game. Not anymore. Crystal's Mac 10 takes him out of the server for round 8, and now just Shock's forced into another rather impossible clutch scenario. Does get himself out to Gen, so there's a wall of smoke obscuring his view. No element of surprise here whatsoever. And already catching a bullet through the smoke. In fact, all of them. Sticko does secure his 6th and Godsent 7th.
Not looking too good. I would slightly consider this a T-sided map. We're still very early days here. Honestly, though, this looks like a 13-2 sort of scoreline to me. Like, Vertigo...
Wow, that much?
Yeah, honestly,
wow.
like, I don't think they're ready for this. Like, Godsent, I know the players within it doesn't sound that exciting, but I've cast a lot of them, that their theory side of the game is exceptional. They're very good at making the right decisions. They've got Maiden to lead the charge at the frags. Got 16 kills right now, by the way. This will be more...
168 ADL.
Like, this is the map Zywoo can't pop off and carry them on. Like, that's the kind of storyline we're going with. 13-2, I reckon it is possible here. Godsent have a massive upper hand.
We get another example just there over towards that ramp of how that smoke dynamic plays out when the CTs try to go aggressive. See, they're not able to get all the information that they normally would, right? The T's actually could be waiting in that smoke.
Perfect flashbang and a double, triple from RPK.
Huge.
All right.
Okay, a quad straight out of the gate in round 9.
Well, there's the second round.
That was very well.
The flash looks so obvious.
Sick flash.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Couldn't be better. Like, didn't flash everyone with enough to get the main culprit there. Everyone else had no idea what was going on. You can't com that quickly enough as to where he is, what's coming on. And we are going to have RPK on for the ace.
Give him the ace.
For it.
Let him have it.
Let the old boy have it. He's got it as well, potentially. Spots him. He's done it.
There it is.
It's his 9th kill so far after the ace, but that's going to light the fire beneath them. A big, big round from the tank himself. We're getting to round number 10. Maybe a timeout being called after that one, but...
I would say odds on them going back to A now, quite high. Maybe almost 100%.
It was all on that one flash. Damn.
He didn't... no one else shot at him. He was in such a perfect position for that first double kill. They were completely shaken.
The tank moved a little bit quicker there than in the last few years. Maybe they've been all in the wheels.
They put some rocket fuel in it.
All right, well, it will be back towards that A-side approach.
That's something. Gets himself across early. This is a new meta game established by their T-Smoke, Chad. That smoke you just highlighted is now being played around by CTs and Ts alike.
And Shox even finds the opening from it. So
on that sandbags walk we highlighted, I'm getting very excited.
There's juicy little nerdy things to Counter-Strike, Alex, isn't there? But I think they'll still just try and go with this A play because it's where they found a lot of their success so far. If they can push Zywoo back from this position, they can throw that jump smoke from the sandbags to cover off the left-hand side of the bomb site. This is the main kill right here, actually. Okay, that's the combo. Molly him off the line. Smoke.
I think that goes ahead of that. Nope, he's forced back. So all good in the Zywoo hood for now.
Need this round. RPK with the ace is not sustainable. Zywoo with the orb, perhaps it could be. Holding towards the ace side, Shock's backing him up. Very quiet game from him so far, but this time has the T-sided Krieg in hand. Not so much an execution, but a little volley up into the A bomb site here. We've got a couple of smokes being deployed. Apex narrowly avoids a bullet from Makaleli here, but the boost up, I don't see a world where Godsent finish up towards A here. This doesn't look comfortable. They're going to have to try and battle through with 20 seconds. Zywoo's above them as well. Like, these smokes are going down just to get the bomb down.
Can they stop that? It's uncontested.
It's a very good job to get away with it. They've done very, very well. They've got no utility on the retake here. There's 3 smokes to get it defused in. Vitality should win this in the 5 and 4. Makaleli can't sit back. He needs kills. Like, the smoke goes on the bomb, they're pretty done for.
1 smoke down. 2, where they could boost over that? Really? No.
It's just an angle they won't be expecting him to pick from.
Okay. Time ticking away. Over half gone now. We are starting to see the first CT presence on that. It's Misuta to try and fake it out. And on the side, Sticko, no! Oh, he's got his knife and he's slashing, he's gashing, he's got it. On the bomb again, he's trying again! And he gets him! Shoxy with a blade in his back and Sticko's trying to clutch it!
I think we got our power play winner, boys.
We have. Call that one done. Don't even have the option in there anymore. That's going to be
He didn't even get the first kill.
For sure.
What happened there? Can I have that again?
Zen killed him.
Zen got the kill through the smoke to deny the actual defuse. And Sticker's like, well, I'm in hit position now in the smoke. So we did say it was the smoke that would save the day for Vitality, but actually ends up losing in the round with the slash coming through from Sticko, getting it done, and all the kills in the end as well. That's cost them so much money, but they did have an ace from RPK before. There's still a buy there. But still, what a nightmare. 4 players without helmets, Crystal with the MAC-10, and an opening kill. There was a chance Michael Eddie doesn't quite connect.
I think they were probably expecting that to do a little bit more damage to the economy. But obviously, as you stated, that ace plus the 5 staying alive because of it meant that, of course, they were going to be able to get another buy on in here. I think at this point, if you're Godsent, and the way that you can be calling this map is you know that they have to lean more heavy towards A, so you don't have to go heavy A at the start of the round. You can let them use all that utility, try and get control, and then go back and retake that a little bit later, just as long as you don't lose the forklift position.
Whose responsibility is that right now? Seems like...
I think they've lost it at the moment.
It does. RPK, lovely position. He gets the profit again! A triple kill! Get away from his sight. The king is in the house. RPK, a quad kill and a triple kill on the 2 Godsent B attempts.
Again, not sustainable, but we'll take them every single time. RPK stepping up at that B-bomb side, going above and beyond. What a dirty position that is as well. Just behind the railings there. You can barely see him, and Apex comes in, gunning them down from the window on that final kill as well. Beautiful stuff towards Maiden. B is absolutely safe.
Close.
They don't have to worry about that. Let's just go towards A, boys. The Tech-9 coming out again. It's a force buy from Godsent, just to note. Pistols, smokes and flashes. The initial smokes will be used to extinguish the Molotov towards middle. And a fast B split for the window, I guess.
Oh,
that's their chance.
Maiden's given them a real chance, and now Makalele with a connection like that onto Apex very well could have set them up for success. Makalele now, if he just stands his ground, RPK's going to jump into his crosshair or not. Responsible for B as well.
Yeah, he's got too much on his plate right now. It's a kill for Zywoo, I would have said, but this Makalele with the Tech-9 start has maybe found an opening into this round. Number 12, RPK. He's been so strong so far. Can he keep it up? He needs backup as he is painted into a corner, but he's played it so well. 2 versus 1, and now Makalele will need 4 kills in total to win the round. He knows where RPK is, but once again, it's the B-bomb site that they can't break through.
Oh, it looked so good, but RPK, he is keeping Vitality's heart beating at this point.
So what are we, 16 kills for RPK, and then Madden has 17?
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
Currently averages the squad's highest rating, 1.10. Oh, well, there you go. The stats back up. He's the best player, Henry. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
He is very good. And I guess it's not like the Wild West days of CSGO where you'd have one player in a team like this and he's get bought out next week by someone good. Like, obviously, he's going to be in a safe contract. They can actually develop this squad now with a star player. So this exciting times for Godsent. Like, I think they're a solid little team, but a few rough rounds now against RPK have led them to this full eco. Flash goes in, through the smoke they go. Shoxy hasn't had the best game so far, but shouldn't struggle too much here. He is taking a bit of damage, decides to fall back, which is fine. Just wants to win the round. You don't need the eco frags, just stay alive, keep the money strong, Apex, open things up.
Look, if we just continue to talk about the evolution of that one smoke so far on this map, right there, so Alex got excited before when Shox used that in his favor to go for the peak. If they were lured into that to play behind the smoke of Godsent, and then they did the pop flash through with the Glocks, you're probably going to get a kill, right? So they are trying to bait and condition the CTs to react certain ways around the utility that they're using here. And they're not just throwing rounds away, right? Like, they're giving these rounds their best shot. They're trying to work with the ideas that they have. They're trying to take duels. They're trying to set up their individuals. And they're doing different pace changes. So far, from Godsent, this has been a good T-half. But if they can finish with 10, I think it'll be a phenomenal T-half.
It's going to be difficult given the fact that Sticko and Zen going to have to make a couple. Now they've been dropped out of one Krieg from their teammates. Looks like they're all good actually. No worries, no issues, no sacrifices being made. They can put their best foot forward into round 14.
Gonna have to.
Surely A.
Not B. I'm just saying now, like, if I see another RPK triple kill, I'm going to make a phone call to Devil Walk.
All right.
Crystal trying to beat the incendiary.
Presence.
And does have a nice flash there. He does at least push back the initial push towards that side of the map. We've got Sticko with the Krieg trying to look above the gap in the smoke there. Apex follows up with a grenade, doesn't land. Trying to get it anyone towards the corner. Boost up towards middle. Masuta, I haven't said his name a whole lot, but we'll see if he can step up here.
Probably because he can't.
Yes, exactly. Good point. He's trying to avoid it.
In a very high-pressure situation holding middle. They put a lot of responsibility on his shoulders here.
Ooh.
Oh, that was for, is this for
Can I have that, please? Is that Toolbox?
Surely Toolbox.
Apex should not have any issues there, and Masuta does double up on mid. Now this should be the 6th for Vitality. Bombs loose. Makalele wants to retrieve it. Masuta's still standing his ground, though, and so lines up a smoke. Won't stop the first CT, but, oh, the timing's perfect. Oh, Masuta!
No.
Misstep.
How has Makalele got that kill? I know he was low, but he was even jumping. I don't know why he jumped to begin with, made to get the line up for the Molotov. But at that point, Sound Cube, low HP, thought he was done, but apparently not.
Go B. RPK's waiting. He wants some more ADR. Come on. Hop on over.
Anybody else? Want a taste of the tank? Makalele does look like his days are numbered.
That's...
Woof!
Excuse me?
Hello! Makalele just hands out a free one to Zywoo. And Crystal continuing. They've got a shot here. 19 seconds. Godsent. They can steal this one away. I love the decision. 15 seconds. He delays.
Wait, he juked him!
He sold it perfectly. The steps were enough. And now RPK's on B.
That's sick, actually. Okay.
Bye.
RPKs are like, wait, what? Oh, well, I've got to go out a 15-second route to actually get to the bomb site. No, we've got a smoke. Okay, the smoke changes everything. You can just drop a smoke on the bomb, touch it. All of a sudden, you have an edge, an advantage.
Chad, can I get a rating of Crystal's after plant position out of 10, please? Sandbags.
Look, I'm going to pay it in the 1v1.
He knows exactly what the bomb is, remember? Even with the smoke, he can just spam the smoke. He should be fine. He has no time to check sandbags now. So smoke the bomb.
He almost has to sit it. As soon as he taps it, oh no.
I'm scared now. I'm scared now. I'm scared now. I'm scared now. Oh!
He didn't reload either. Oh,
doesn't matter,
God.
Chad. You never got the old Glock in that scenario?
No. Normally by that point...
You haven't got yourself in a 1v1 with 20 seconds to spare and didn't reload?
No. I can't say...
You never did that?
Never thought that would be the approach. How many... I didn't notice that at start. If we get the replay, I'd be interested to see how many bullets he started with that. It was, what, 6 or something?
It couldn't have been like more than 10. I was like
9,
a lot of moving parts in that round. The adrenaline was pumping. Should have reloaded, but didn't. But won the round.
But the fact that he won that clutch is huge because, just so everybody is aware, Crystal is the in-game leader of this team, statistically the weakest link. The fact that he can find any form, fantastic flash there.
Oh, Makalele's winning all of them.
These are big fights.
Yeah.
And it's not with the AWP, right? Makalele's brought in here to be the primary AWPer and he's getting it done with the rifle. That shot onto Zywoo.
Yeah.
Man.
Big. Final round of this first half. Remember, it's a best of 3 here. 4 and 4 for now. Godsent looking for double digits. Fairly under-equipped Team Vitality. Waiting on the other side of the map. They have 1 smoke, 2 flashes, no kits. And we'll see Sticko make his way up towards that A ramp. He is joined by a few others, so we'll see whether this is going to work out for Makalele and Zed in tow. In terms of utility, they got most of it. They can drop all their smokes. This would be a double pump, I'd imagine, trying to feel out the map, but maybe it's straight up execution. The Molotov comes through. Zywoo has to fall back and respect it. He's got a gap in the smoke, but I don't think he can use it. Taken away.
Yeah, I mean, just watching Zywoo's POV, you don't have any other options. He just has to accept that he cannot contest, and now the bomb's down, and this is going to be such a difficult retake. No nades, as you highlighted. There is that smoke on RPK, but not a single kit. Shox will find one from ramp. That's going to keep him hot under the collar and having to acknowledge his presence, but the main body of the assault is now coming towards the site. Apex has got a perfect understanding of that ratty angle, and he will play the Pied Piper tune. Zywoo and Shox converting, and that is a successful retake. They will secure 6.
With no kits, no utility to speak of, they had 1 single smoke, and it will be Vitality, bringing back a half that looked like it was absolutely done for. Remember, they are playing without their in-game leader. They've brought in a new player in the form of Masuta. Doing a good job so far. I'd like to see a few more rounds from Godsent, considering how well they've been playing, but still anyone's game here at halftime. We'll see you after the break.
And it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. This is such a ghostly revelation.
it's easy, it's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I checked it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast. Cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I ended up zero. It's such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances, fucked up all my chances.
It's a hello from me and Henry and a good day from Sponge. We have Vitality and Godsent. First map, Vertigo, does look like it has the potential to be quite the banger. It did look like Godsent had all the cards until RPK was tested on B. Multi-kill after multi-kill, an ace thrown in there for good measure. He did manage to claw Vitality into a competitive scoreline. Single-handedly,
Alex. His own great crossfires are amazing setups towards B, but he is the anchor of that position, and he delivers on all fronts there. Can't argue with what RPK was putting down there. As Godsent, they look like they were going to have much more than 9. But as Chad mentioned, 9, 10 rounds on the T side is still a serviceable half, to say the very least, but lose the pistol, and that lead can shrink quite quickly. We'll see how things go as we switch things over. And have Vitality on the T side now, picking up the pace towards short. Shoxy leading the way here, decides better of it. They've made a lot of footsteps there, Chad. I'm not sure whether you've read into that too much. Sounds like they did wanted to suggest 3 players are there and then fall back.
And that's drawn the rotation as well, as we can see Zen making his way over towards that A bomb site right now. The problem here is, even if they make all that noise, the ruse of walking back does take a bit of time.
And what would you be doing posturing outside towards short with 3 people? It's not like you're definitely suggesting. I've heard 3, that's it now.
Yeah, just
is that a grenade for Crystal? It's a smoke. Okay.
He's just going to drop that, I assume, on entrance here.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, so good. Onto the second. I wasn't expecting more than 1. And Crystal, he surpasses all expectations. A double kill.
That's all he had to do. It's all he had to do, but it might not be enough here. It still goes in favor of Godsent for now. No kits, 3 versus 2. Apex and Zywoo, who was towards the B side of the map, remember, he'll be coming in through CT spawn. This could be enough as he sneaks through now. Apex will keep the dream alive, round done. Yep, Maiden, unless he does something unbelievable here, they are done for. It is going to be the Molotov on the side. Round confirmed. Maiden, maybe 1 kill available. That's all Zywoo, though. Great flank. Nice little interesting approach at the start. 3 players making noise towards scaffolding, falling all the way back. And to be fair, Crystal, I'm not sure what about your opinion is, Chad, but he couldn't have done more of that. Smoke down, flash through, 2 kills, delay them, still wasn't enough.
Yeah, the problem with the type of play that he was using is, normally in that situation, they would just overwhelm you and you probably don't get any kills. The fact that he gave his team a 3v5 situation and they weren't able to convert, I don't think they were ready for that pace, because they've rotated in assuming it's going to be easy, and they've just been taken down during that process. So maybe those 2 kills Crystal got actually made things a little bit more difficult.
They got a bit too close to the bomb site, right?
And you talk about conditioning, hearing those steps early is going to be second-guessed immediately.
Those nades.
They bought 5 HE grenades going into this round, and at least they've got some decent damage towards the sandbags. An opening kill that pushes him towards B. They pretty much have to go B now. It's Zen this time. The 5-7, a great weapon at close range. Will he get a chance to get an RPK? Oh, they're going in 1 by 1. This is poor spacing, to say the very least. In they go. It's the meat grinder. The bomb goes down. There's panic all over the place. You don't have to rush into a B side because you've lost 1 player on the map. Very well played from Godsent, but it was offered up on a silver platter there.
Pandemonium.
Those nade damage chipped in to convert into 1 deagle body shot for Crystal, and then the pieces just...
Like I said, your funnel towards towards B, which is fine. That had to happen, but the way they operated there, he's not flashed. There's no trade. He's got over a second, maybe 2 there to recalculate his position, get ready for the second, teammates to rotate in. You could have just slowed that right down and said, right, I know we're going B. We'll smoke off Jenny's, Molotov the bomb site, flash in, then we'll go. At least we'll have a good chance. Way too much panic there.
Yeah, Vitality, you can see their stats are very, very favorable. One of the strongest, the second strongest team at winning pistol rounds. However, the second round, it's a whole different kettle of fish, a whole separate meta game that has been established over 2019.
What I will say is after hearing 3 grenades land towards scaffolding, that was their kind of rationale for pushing in towards B, but still, you've got such a massive advantage and you haven't used it. So, they'll be on the force by now. Deagles, P250s, similar approach, but this time with the HE grenade. As soon as he spots anyone or detects players on the other side, he'll drop that in. Receives to himself, he'll fall back. That's Zen down to 39. Just trying to show presence here. Flash off, not going to do much with it. Reposition. Deep grenade towards the steps if required.
I haven't seen that much before, actually. The stack nade for the B spotter, that's...
It's such a difficult position to flush out because you can flash it, sure, but then you've got to have a very awkward angle where you have to look towards window, catwalk, and above the steps, of course. So it does make a lot of sense that you can get those nice nades in early.
This is very interesting. Zywoo, Apex, Misuta, all towards ramp, and their teammate's going to split across. It's only a MAC-10, gets tested. Maiden keeps him safe, and now the spray is a bit wild. Won't be able to convert, but the CTs have got full control. Maiden already picking himself up a double kill. He's doing it from so far away. There's nothing they can really contest. A P250 for RPK, not ideal, and a perfect shot was required. Instead, 11 now for Godsent as they're looking to really run away with this second side.
And here was that round before where they won the force by, guys. We're going to play this. Let's have the focus over towards A here. We're about to see all the grenades. So on the sound cue, when Shox makes noise, look at all these nades just landing on him, dunking him right on down, right? So this right here is what is going to force that rotation over towards the B bomb site. So we can see they make their way over very quickly.
So it was a good call.
Yes.
Like it was, wasn't it?
But watch this.
The landing, they couldn't stop.
This smoke, and then the flash, and then the flash comes over, but it's actually going to blind RPK as well. So that's kind of where it all fell apart. Let's get back in the game.
Yeah, it looks like it's aggressive towards middle early, but it is only on the pistol, so I will slow down just a little bit. And we'll see likely 12 for Godsent. Just a question of keeping that MAC-10 farmed, and it looks like Makaleli's dunking on RPK. Nade into the top pocket.
Yeah, looks very comfortable for a round victory here. Godsent don't want to give much up. The only player that should be hunting is Makaleli with the MAC-10. For obvious reasons, really doesn't want that for the next round, and he can farm some cash. They know they've dinked him, but he's absolutely fine to keep going, it seems. Down he goes. Like I said, it doesn't really matter too much. He wanted to get rid of the MAC-10 either way. But still, he managed to get himself $1,800 with those 3 kills.
He'll definitely have the AWP next round.
He definitely will.
So now Maiden's keeping it warm, polishing it, taking it apart, putting it back together again.
Missing on a...
Actually, he clipped the shoulder of Zywoo and does lose it in the process.
Okay.
Now Shox' Molly's caught Crystal, and I'm getting a little nervous. Is there anything for him to scavenge? Doesn't seem to be the case. Bomb on his back.
The MAC-10?
MAC-10 from Makaleli should be around. That'd be switched to his Deagle. So at most, there will be that MAC-10. Now he can get that AWP. M4 will do.
If he wins this round, I can't even.
I don't know how Crystal died to that Molotov. Maybe just thought he could get that last bullet.
This would be a Shox bread and butter round. He can pull this one off, but unfortunately doesn't come through. 20 seconds, just had to make a commitment. Didn't work out. It is going to be 12-7. And that's still a gun round there. I think I saw 3,600 on one of the players there. But get Brawlers, RPK, and Apex combined for 5 out of 5 opening duels won thus far. That's not bad. Yeah. That means those two are playing very well. The rest, not so much, but still plenty of time here as we enter round number 20. It's going to be 12-7. We have 5 rifles across the board for Vitality. Zywoo, haven't said his name much at all. Remember, this is one of the few maps he doesn't really show up on, doesn't play bad on it necessarily. He just won't be the big focal point.
Yeah, yet to kind of conquer this one. Oh, Shox, perfect weapon for the job. Stops Maiden's aggressive AWPing, and that's 2 rounds in a row now. The star of the Godsent show has had a bit of a misstep. Crystal, same position we saw RPK in, but Apex, a smart maneuvering around the smoke as Crystal's corpse descends. We will see 5 men still standing for Vitality and now really stacked up against Godsent.
I'm very curious about that smoke that was thrown at the start of the round there that landed like below the scaffolding. I don't know if that is meant to kind of act as a bit of a one-way or something along those lines. Some further investigation will be required for sure.
Sticko claws one back, and now he's got to try and bail himself out, but...
He needs a flash.
Yeah, look at Shox' position. Oh, you smart cookie! Sticko jumps on top of the sandbags, finds the angle in the smoke, and now he can retreat. I thought he was trapped. I didn't think he'd get out. 3v3, game on. Godsent back in the round.
Definitely back in the round. 45 seconds, Apex. Decent control towards short. In terms of grenades, though, just that smoke and flash combo for himself. His teammates currently making their way towards the A ramp. Crossed the bridge nicely.
Cute shot.
Oh,
10 points to Gryffindor Rush. Congrats.
He's a Slytherin.
He's definitely... he's Ravenclaw,
no,
bro.
Dude, he's a Hufflepuff.
Rush,
He's a straight-up Hufflepuff. Like, he wouldn't even deny that. See? Nothing.
Nothing. Rushley of Hufflepuff fame does catch the death nicely. RPK will get that bomb down, though. Makaleli and Sticko forced into a rather unfavorable retake. The chance really hinges on a misstep from the French at this point. They're regrouped perfectly towards the ramp. Utility is a big fat 0. Smoke now actually for Makaleli, excuse me. That could be enough. A kit on Sticko. Put those two pieces together, you've got a chance.
Flashes would be ideal, but not available. Short player, RPK knows he needs to step up. He can be a little bit more combative. One kill should secure it, which he gets, and that's going to be the round. Michael will have to fall back. Decent attempt there with the smoke down, especially if they had like 2 flashes to go with it. Might have been enough to go for the bomb, but it will be Vitality to pick this one up convincingly. 3 players survive, and it's going to be 12-8 now.
Does anyone know? This is such a weird question that you may not know. Do you know if those knives still have that bug where they wiggle your crosshair?
Yes, they do.
Why is a professional player using a knife that has a bug in it that wiggles your crosshair?
They do look cool, the butt plugs. I like them.
Yeah,
they are
the
cool.
one.
I had them for a while. I sold them because it was annoying me too much because I could notice it spawn when you flick them out and the crosshair would move. I was like, I can't do this. I have to get rid of them.
I mean, respect to RPK. When the one thing you're looking at your screen the most is wiggling when you switch to your knife.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps reset his brain to focus on his
like
crosshair.
who is it? Stewie to Kirby. Kirby had a signature wiggle.
Yeah,
that was more when he sprayed. Though.
Stewie does the thing with the AWP when he's holding a line. He will just like move the AWP either up and down or like.
Oh, we used to do that.
Yeah.
That's giving me a flashback to when I got taught how to AWP, like back in like, we're talking like 2003, like the start AWPer of our clan, as we called them back then.
Yeah.
He was like, right, when you're holding an angle like this, you want to make sure you don't just hold it statically. You want to be moving the mouse around, so your muscle memory is always there. You know exactly where you're at in terms of where your crosshair is. You're keeping your mind active, and you're moving it around, so the muscle memory is there. When you flick, you're ready to go. Instead of holding a static line and not being ready for it. So there is something there. Not much, but something.
There's something. Not to be confused with somebody. He plays for Tai Lu.
This is an aggressive A-ramp play here. They want some info early.
Now, where does that information come from? Oh, Zai was in prime position to exploit any info plays from the CTs. Crystal's nade, though, just rips the foundations from underneath him. He was boosted up over the smoke. And now, Zai we're working with 43. Shox perma-dead. Apex does claw it back, though. Sticko a little too lackadaisical on his Inquisition towards ramp.
So that evens things up. Zywoo's still at 43. AWP on the T side, difficult to find big numbers unless you get that bomb down. Still has a smoke and flashes. They'll fall back towards B. Now, we have seen that fall apart for Godsent a few times. Now, who's the anchor over on that side of the map? It's going to be Zen. Same play as before. Watch for contact, drop the smoke, buy time. Flashbang to suggest presence. Oh, the HE will be juicy, boys. It's still good. That's still a significant HE. That's
Look at this.
70, 80 damage. Are they going for the backstab?
The wolf pack.
So he knows they're coming towards B. Like, he wouldn't drop that smoke unless he was sure of 40 seconds. Maiden's towards the window as well.
I love this. Oh, he's changing his mind, though. I thought, oh, maybe boosting RPK over this smoke. Zen's not going to be ready for this.
Not enough.
It's not quite enough. Theory is there, but looks like it's really calling on the fly with 30 seconds. Getting a bit hot. Appropriately is the Molotov's there. Bomb, great question, Henry Greer. Fantastic question. It's right behind, and now he can get shot down. Makaleli, crucial frag, 18 seconds. Zywoo can't afford to take that fight. He's going to have to try and get that bomb down.
Had it have fallen down at the B steps, that could have been so good for Godsent. They're still not planting the ball.
Hit the shot.
Boys, they're not planting.
Run!
Oh, they've got
seconds.
it. They had it. There was a chance that could have actually happened. Can you imagine that's the way they lose the round? RPK just forgets to plant the bomb.
So the last player in there was Apex, right? Who's the guy that, as far as we are aware, has taken over the in-game leadership role. Now, the last player into the site should probably not be the player with the bomb because they're the individual who has to cover the flank, right? But as the in-game leader, you're probably micromanaging all your other guys and it doesn't feel like it's something you should have to do, but the amount of times I've had to tell people to get the bomb from spawn, you know, so that right there could have been the collapse of this map, but now they're in with a real shot. They should be winning this round right here against these full USPs. And once they take this, they're up to 10 and we're back on, right? So the conditioning that we were talking about in the first half that Godsent were doing on their T side, Vitality are doing the same thing, but it's by going across the map, finding picks, and then just pausing, right? They're just pausing. So this is going to maybe make Godsent use their utility a little bit later because they don't need to combat so early, right? They don't need to, you don't need to dump it all. You can, you know, maybe be a bit more passive.
What does that weight? How does that weight benefit Vitality if they're holding onto their utility?
They can creep up, right? Because what you'd be expecting from Godsent is holding back for the second stage of the round as opposed to the initial let's clash and let's duel, right? So we might see Godsent go for a little bit slower of an approach from this point and let Vitality make the first move. It just depends on how much they feel they need that information.
Here it comes. That's a lot of information for ZywOo. Shox is going to process it. He's still processing the chance of shorts and his teammates being hunted. Yeah, he's going to get them all. ZywOo, 1 for 1. That puts an AWP in play. Shox pushing from behind and Olsen. He had a real shot there. Could have been a Krieg.
In the flames as well. That should have been a bit of a freebie. With the bomb down, that could have actually won them the round. Either way, I don't see a world where Godsent can really deny this. The smokes are coming through, well played. Thinking on their feet, there might be a gap though. The AWP shot misses, but he was flashed. And going to be taken down, presumably. Here's Crystal trying his absolute best here. All the pistols are coming out. There's still a slight chance for Maiden as he sits in that ladder room, taken down in the end. It all came down to that kill from Zed. If he gets Shoxy there, I dare say they win that round.
I mean, it seemed like an impossible task. Godsent managed to make it manageable, possible, and that's something. And okay.
He is having a bit of an underperformance right now, but that's to the ZywOo level that we expect, right? In terms of being a serviceable member of the team, he's still contributing. It's just not him being the carry factor at this point right now.
Should Vitality win, it's a complete non-factor, non-conversation, non-starter. Let's see what ZywOo's got in store for us today. The aggressive Molotov doesn't quite connect, but still does give him that little gap in the smoke to stop any CT aggression. Zen, however, looking to make good on his slip up from the round before, is there to contest aggressive on B. And RPK, that's another smart flight path from him to check all of those aggressive CT spots.
And I love your use of the flight path there, Alex. That was fantastic.
Honestly, I live with you this much. I can't stop using words that you've taught me. Flight path, perfect execution from RPK. And now Crystal's in trouble. The stack nades avoided. Maybe, why is he still holding this smoke? He's not...
The thing is, you want to hold on to this utility as long as you can, especially when there's over a minute left on the clock. If he was to drop this now, that is his main form of defense, right? As an individual, if you are solo, you need to make sure a rotation can come in, especially if you are one of the weaker players, right? So with him being the in-game leader, he's playing for the betterment of the team as opposed to his stat line right now.
That was enough.
Same smoke. Crystal with a flashbang remaining. We know he can make it work. 5 and 4 against him, though. Bomb still down. I believe in T-spawn.
Actually in T-spawn.
Yeah, but it's happened again. So Shox will have to get it. Not ideal when you're 30 seconds on the clock. You're saying, someone get the bomb in T-spawn.
Not ideal.
They'll have to finish
all
at B with the bombs being collected.
Oh, this will be a great flash. That's bad information, though, because he sees nothing.
Yet. 20 seconds. Bomb's on his way now. So is Vitality a dink? That's just not simply not enough. RPK gets his second kill. Now the site is theirs. And look at the acceleration from Apex. He wants to make sure the CTs don't even get a look in. Yeah, look at that. Perfect catch. Knife out for Makalele. And round 1 for Vitality. This is going right down to the wire, folks.
I'm not certain, but I feel that after he went to hide behind the sight boxes again there, that Apex actually spotted him from under the window and relayed that information to RPK when he was entering into that bomb site, because he was very ready for it.
Yeah, indeed. I noticed that too. It seemed like Apex had caught something there. It was very unfortunate for Zen, because the moment he looked away after that flashbang is when Apex committed. He walked in, got the intel, RPK pre-fired the position, and now Crystal and Sticko have to save the weaponry. Crystal loses the Krieg, though. That's a massive, massive victory for Vitality as we get into round number 24. Money broken, and they've got a saved M4. This is partial by territory. I got the hiccups somehow. I haven't had the hiccups in about 30 years.
Oh, yeah, first time for everything.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
How do we scare him, Chad?
Maybe one of the players can do something.
Marriage.
I'm just going to Google
children.
I'm just going to Google the symptoms of hiccups. Does that mean anything bad? Or
yeah, I probably should check it out.
You really?
No, is it
I can
fine?
surge it for you.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I feel fine.
Yeah. Well, you look fine.
Thanks.
Nice work from Misuta. Just dealing with Makalele's quick peek down middle. Maiden changing his mind after losing his mid comrade. So this is looking like 12-12, and then the game continues for Godsent. Let's see if they can make an impact in this one. Gets the position, but Misuta, quick adjustment through the box. No issues finding the head. We should have 12 on the board.
Yeah, I think that would be fair to say.
Thanks, man.
Not much you can do. There's the 5-7, PD50 at the M4, but Vitality being very patient in their approach. By no means been a perfect game from them, but they've managed to do well individually getting back into this one. It's Misuta with a couple of kills here up against just that M4.
My biggest issue for Godsent getting back into this game is that they're kind of being strung out around the map, so they're not even being put in positions where they can take comfortable duels, right? What I'm talking about here is when you're Vitality and you take an area of the map and maybe you trade 1-for-1 or you get that opening, the fact that they're more than happy just to posture means that Godsent's aggressive moves like this are almost wanted, right? If you're Vitality and you want them to go for these aggressive information plays because you're just sitting back holding, where is the line in the sand being drawn for Godsent? Because these multi-kills that we were harping on about from Madden, Makalele in the first half, absolute bangers of shots, they're not being put in positions, or they're being put in uncomfortable positions where they're not able to get away with these plays. So far, Vitality are doing a great job of milking the clock and playing very methodically.
Yeah, it's just going to be that methodical finish.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this should be a double kill from Shox to finish things off. Really starting to warm up into this series now. Remember, it is a series best of 3. First map of so far. We're going to see Misuta defend the mid push. Very common approach on the CT side when things get tough. And no problems at all as they tie things up at 12-12. To be frank, Latank is on a mission to spank Godsent with a flank of 109 ADR and a dank 24 frags. Okay, didn't realize it's going to be as much as a tongue
Thanks
twister.
for that, Hank.
Managed to nail it. Yes, Hank delivers as well. RPK has done a great job so far. Like, that's the problem. I don't know if you agree with this, Chad. Like, I feel like he's one of those players, like, when he's good, when he's on, it looks like, oh, why have we ever doubted him? But you really notice it when he doesn't turn up, which is more often the case. But this year, I would say he's been pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's strange with RPK because obviously within the Source days, he was known as quite the fragger. Then obviously he did take that bit of time off. There was that time there he just disappeared.
He went for be a mechanic, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct. And then they called him back up. They got him back in here, and he's had moments, even when Cobble was in the map pool. Remember, he had some mammoth performances on Cobblestone. This is years ago now, but yeah, you're right. If this consistency of RPK was what we got every time, we would be banging on him about him every day of the week.
Yeah, we probably would be less concerned about the loss of Alex as well.
Yeah.
At the moment, seems like Vitality have handled the loss of a leader. Bearing in mind, this is a T-side comeback. I mean, you know, like, yes, Vertigo, absolutely, but T-side's where the leadership of Apex would be mostly tested.
Just notice as well, they're dropping those deep grenades into towards the corner, like, every single time. 2 CTs, bouncing them in for this little push up towards the A ramp. Vitality aware of it now, didn't take any damage from this time. They're waiting for it, now make their way up towards short. And the fact they're dropping no utility as well towards short, they just know. This is a passive hold. Maiden, M4 in hand, it will do well to get one at this point. There's the first, most important kill of them all. The bomb goes down, allows rotations, and there's no smoke blocking his vision as of yet. This looks very good for Godsent.
They can drop back still if they want Vitality. There's enough time on the clock here to reconsider this. It's not an all-in right now.
They really want to force Maiden
Considering
off
the
this.
flanking potential of Vertigo, I think they have.
True.
Flashbangs, Molotovs all thrown at him, and finally the bullets connect. It's Apex to shut down the only defender on the site. RPK's going to get another, and Sticko, you knows if he presents his head, he will be dead. Currently held by Apex over the smoke, a very prominent position for him. Makalele in tow, and actually, speaking of Makalele, he's caught one with his bullet through the smoke. Step in the right direction. Smokes, no kits.
There's that infamous smoke down on towards the bomb. The defuse will come in shortly. RPK, though, can he step up once again? Finds the first, down to Shoxy now. He knows exactly where the bomb is. Now, will he be able to time it well? Waiting for his opportunity to spray. There is no kit available, and he has managed to get the first. Can he deny things? He absolutely can. I'm not sure whether that was a little bit fortunate for himself, but the first kill he found there, I didn't think he stood a chance, let alone denying the defuse as well, but he'll take that all day long.
Every day.
That's insane. How low HP was this first player? Because it looked he didn't even see Sticko. And then wildly spraying in. Not the most pretty clutch, but he'll take it.
Do you think he heard Sticko right? It was just an audio
Definitely
cue
heard
reaction?
him, but like he definitely wasn't aiming at him with the bullet. This was fired off wildly in that direction, and it did work out for him through the smoke.
God, that's part. I mean, for the way in which they lose that round so close yet so far, Godsent are running out of chances on this CT side. Just Deagles now.
Indeed.
Sticko. It's going to be tested by Apex. Silence on Vertigo.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. Good shot from Shoxy. Had a very slow start into this one. Now starting to come into his own. Crystal will be removed as well. That's round completed. It's just a matter of whether Godsent will find a couple of consolation frags at this point. Not sure that's going to be the case. Everything looks to be very tight from Vitality. 14-12. 5 players to survive. And in terms of loss bonus, going to be finding themselves at the 3rd stage, I believe, after this round. So that's going to be $2,400 for Godsent. So holding up with the Eagles, not for long. Michaelides is removed. Just poor on Zen now. 14-12, couple of rounds away from picking up Vertigo. Picked by Godsent.
Yeah, I was just going to say now would be a great time for us to do a kind of veto recap. We talked a little bit about it in the pre-match, but it looks like Chad has got a little something for us?
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to show what happened before in that round where Madden was stuck here on the boost boxes in the back of sight. So I want to keep your eyes on Apex actually in this position. You're going to see a flash from Zywoo, which is going to land here to push anybody off of like this kind of a line. And then look at this flash from Apex. That lands here above the scaffolding, so anybody holding here will be blind. But look, you can see the icon just on Madden's head there. He's actually flashed. That gives this avenue for Shox and Co to push up while he's blind,
So the moment up from shore.
Yeah,
that's
they instantly popped on that. So that was really, really cool. I like that detail.
Yeah, the flashbang, that's a very strong spot. We noticed Carrigan playing that spot the most when this map first and this current iteration came through. But that flashbang, if you just push him off, even for 1 second, just to have a key choke point, that's enough. Just 1 second.
Get them across.
Yep. Right. So, brave stuff from RPK.
He wants the 30 bomb. Oh. He wants it, and he just get the fight he was expecting towards the very same position. And a nade no less. Zen swallows his pride and swallows the shrapnel down to 58. Zywoo, however, as well, extending, conversing the first kill. Zen, in the meantime, does manage to take down RPK. What is the man who chipped him down to half with the nade? He gets his revenge. 4v4 then. Quite like the angle from Apex. Not only is it holding the mid window, but also any inquisitive CTs are not going to check this first.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to challenge that. Apex waits patiently. And it's going to be a B finish. We talked about the flank potential. And we've seen him before. He holds with the smoke, the flash combo. This time, a little bit more heads up. Wants a quick kill and falling back. If you had the AK at the Krieg, ideal. M4, not so much, but this is a better angle. This makes more sense. Looking for any inquisitive T's beneath him. Execution coming through, and this is his chance now. First kill is his, but can he get back? Apparently not. Shoxy in the back lines. I would say he could have done more of it than that, to be honest with you. Now it's up to Maiden. 25 kills so far. Looks very good for Godsent to deny map points.
Amazing damage onto Zywoo, and now he's the only one standing. Very little chance they can get him back into a victorious stance with 25 seconds left. He is going to be hoping that any one of these CTs steps a foot out of line, just a toe across the line, and ooh, Madden gets the info, gets the kill. Godsent finding a bit of a break from the Vitality slew of rounds. What's the recap on that, Chad?
Let me see if I can bring that one up for you, Alex. I just want to point out how important it was that nobody else from that side of Godsent went down, because they had 3 players survive. Now they can drop guns across, right? And it can work out quite nicely for everybody. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 rounds in a row. 8
in a row.
So that's, sorry, 7 in a row. I can't count. 7 in a row.
Damn. Well, they bring it on back at least. Maiden had to deliver the goods, but just in the nick of time to deny map points.
But just look at like how many players have been surviving in a lot of these rounds. It's only in the last 3 rounds where it's felt a little bit more competitive. Otherwise, the guys from Vitality, they had 3 players survive for 3 rounds straight. They had 4 players. They had a round where all 5.
Averaging 3 rounds pretty much every round they've won so far.
Yeah, so that's not
3
bad
players
at all.
surviving, I should say.
So what are we looking at right here? They have enough of a bank where they can buy out for the rest of regulation, most likely, assuming they keep getting site control and keep planting, because their loss bonus at this point will start to build. So they definitely get a gun round next round. They should definitely get a gun round after that. And then at that point, well,
who knows?
It's the last round of the game.
Yeah.
So.
Big round here. Oh, we'll see if this MP9 swing, I thought it was coming through, will be delivered. It's RPK. That's what he wanted in the previous round. This time, nails the shot. That will be Zen removed from the equation relatively early on. And I like this as well. They don't have to overcommit. They know a rotation has to happen on this side of the map because Zen is the B anchor. We've talked about this on Vertigo. You have one player playing this side of the map. Once he's gone, someone has to readdress that. They need to work out what's next.
Oh, no.
Shoxy with a freebie towards the A side of the map. Again, put the brakes on. Let's guarantee this map point. No one has to do anything. Don't overcommit by yourself. Don't run in and say, oh, I've got the site here, boys. Rotate over. You've got 1 minute 10. Everyone hold. Bleed out the utility. Go as a 5-man unit.
But the problem is they have to kind of keep re-aggressing, right? They have to... now is the 3 for Godsent. Somebody has to find a kill. Crystal lucky enough to do so. Madden could have got away with one there. That might have opened up the key to this round, but they should isolate and swarm in here if they can.
He was expecting it. That Molotov, or rather Incendiary, does manage to get him across. And now Burning Maiden needs to find one and get away. Does manage to do so. Down to 58, a 3v3. Flooding into the site, Misuta missing his shots. Makalele the same. Maiden does make up for it, and we're back and forth. The chaos continues, and Makalele, a 10 HP clutch, he cannot miss. It has to be a precise flick, and he hits it. Huge as he saves the day for Godsent. Their dreams of a Vertigo win are alive.
Apparently so. And it's Makalele to deliver the killing blow towards the B side of the map. I have to say it though, boys, everything I was saying before really does go out the window. As soon as Shoxy dies by himself on the other side of the map, committing his teammates in, it was a great retake here. The fact they didn't even get the bomb down, they denied absolutely everything. Awesome, but still, that should have been a vitality round.
You know what's weird at this stage? Makalele, as far as what I've been keeping track of, the AWP in the early stages of this CT half were in Madden's hands. Then Sticko was doing some AWPing. Only in the last few rounds have I seen Makalele pick it up, and I believe he's had a kill at least in the last 2 rounds. So he was very influential in the first half with the AK-47, finding some big kills. And now I thought he would have been doing the lion's share of AWPing on this CT side. It is in the later stages we're seeing more of it. But that's combat AWPing. That's not holding a line. That's not going for a pick. That's not something you've predetermined. That's him just using his reflexes. And that's a huge clutch in the context of this game.
Is it enough to get them over the finish line, though? That is the question. 14-14. He's kept their head above water. Still a full buy here for Vitality. Round 29. Smoke deployed towards the A ramp. Let's see if there's a change of pace here at all for Vitality.
So maybe we get to see it here. Zayu has a lineup for, well, that's nice actually in any sense, but he also has a lineup for that scaff peak. We watched him hit the shot through smoke onto Sticko in the round before. We caught it on the replay. He's lining it up with that yellow little Majiggy. You see if we can work it out here. So he has a lineup for it. Just underneath it, half an inch.
A lot of these AWPers, like the spam spot on train we were talking about earlier is another one. But if you're an AWPer who's going through defaults and constantly picking the same lines, what you want to do is have some certain lineups where you can line it up behind a wall. So when you pick on in, your crosshair's already placed in that position, right? Maybe there's a dot or a mark.
A good example would be like, let's say you're back of B bomb site on Dust 2. You line up your AWP crosshair. Knowing you're going to go to the tunnels, you've got it lined up. You just peek fire, knowing it's there, right?
Sticko.
A very basic example without kind of that.
Look at him trying to survive this bullet, smoke, Molotov, nades, and well, there's a whole lot of success for Vitality, it seems. Zen giving his best shot on the rotate, but only going to get the one, and so Vitality do claw it back, and a rather abrasive push towards the A ramp.
Yeah, quite an anticlimactic round considering the implication of everything there. Not really much fun apart from one kill for Godsent, and it's absolutely wrecked their money. All set around $3,000. I mean, it's MP9s and for masses by the looks of things.
You know, Sticko playing sandbags there.
Yeah.
For such a crucial round of the game. I thought sandbags was considered like a kind of a one, maybe twice a half.
He's played it a couple times this half already, yeah. So maybe it was just something that he was feeling they weren't clearing or that he could be comfortable with. But yeah, it is a position that if you find yourself isolated by utility, you will die, right? Like we saw in that situation.
It's a risk, right?
It's
Always.
so difficult to get away from that. If you wanted to do something there, you see teams, maybe they'll double it up. They'll drop the smoke on the Molotov and one guy will swing out, fight, maybe get one and die, and then the other individual can stay at the sandbag position. Or you need to have teammates who are ready to swing if your sandbag player gets isolated, which means more bodies on that A bomb site closer towards the top of the ramp. Here in this case, unable to help out Mr. Sticko, and well now, 4 MP9s.
This is a brutal turn of events. All of your hard work in the last 29 rounds of Counter-Strike, in their opening game, their opening statement of the Pro League, and it can all come down to a round that took no longer than 25 seconds. It was such a quick one, and now they've got to defend their chance, secure overtime with SMGs and a handful of utility. You can pretty much count it on one hand. if you have 6 fingers.
Yeah, well, Vitality haven't had the best job in terms of converting rounds they should be winning, right?
Yeah.
Rounds where they get a 5-on-3 advantage, they'll either hold up too long or be too staggered upon entry. So this round can fall apart. It's going to take something a little bit interesting from Godsent here, and you can see exactly that towards short. Crystal and Sticko ready and waiting the MP9s. They're going to get at least 1 kill out of that. And to be fair, Vitality haven't really been using utility on this side at all because there's been relatively no presence there. Molotov towards the toolbox position. They can guarantee there's no AWP on the other side. So maybe a boost coming in. It's going to be Shock to open things up. That's Sticko. He was one of the players waiting towards short. Michael Ellie smoked out. Perfect smoke. Just like a stab.
Ooh, he's hoping, he's praying, and his prayers are answered. Bullets do land into the head of ZywOo, but it is looking rather bleak. Zen changing my mind with a flank onto RPK. We didn't quite see how that one transpired. We'll be sure to check it out should it be relevant to the outcome.
Pull off the map?
It's Apex who wins this round for them. Oh, he moved. Why would you move?
Wait.
I don't get it. You had the 6th spot there. You need Michael Ayers on the other side of that smoke. Your teammates just opened up B. Like, you got the transition cross from CT spawn. Everything was perfect, but he moved. They still probably win the round, but there is a chance this falls apart.
Godsent need another hero save.
The smoke down is why they can't
Here comes a
push.
flash, though. McAlealy's surely going to flash here now that they've got control.
There's no kit. They've got very few seconds remaining. They have to close this gap, use Crystal to get the information, and the fact that he's still alive is information. Makaleli does get one. He's low.
Oh, the
nade! It's not going to do enough damage to Makaleli. He can get on it. They don't have a kit. I will reiterate, he has to win this fight now. They're running out of time, and just like that, Masuta has secured it. Remember the name. He is supposed to be the playmaker. Keep your eyes on him. 16-14. The first map goes the way of the French.
Oh, it wasn't the prettiest finish there, and I feel like Godsent were actually the better team, especially in that first half. They had some great Counter-Strike displayed there, but a few crucial moments that fell apart for them, cost them the game there. Good effort in the final round as well. Comes right down to the 2 versus 1 in their favor, but no kit. Means they couldn't defuse, but still a really entertaining game of CS. The best map of the day. We've only seen 2, to be fair, but this third one was excellent. Really enjoyed it, and a sign of things to come. It's Vitality stealing the map pick away of Godsent, and they're looking not incredibly strong right now, but individually starting to come to life. We'll be back with map number 2 very shortly.